Ooh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. How we feeling?
What is wrong with the PHNX Suns? I lost money on them last night on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. They were supposed to beat the Rockets. Spoiler, they did not, Shane.
They had 39 points halfway through the third quarter.
Ooh.
Is that bad?
I'm going to tell you what I said a couple weeks ago, and I think it rings true now. They ran it back like the Cardinals did. They doubled down on a team that lost in the Western Conference semis last year, and weren't aggressive enough. Aggressive wins in all sports. And I'll tell you what, look who's fourth in the Eastern Conference standings right now, 17-12. The old Brooklyn Nets, they were aggressive. Just saying. Boston went out and got a perimeter shooter this offseason. They're 22-7. What did the Suns do? Oh, they lost good players. Jay Crowder's not playing for them anymore. They got a couple role player, bench players. Listen, I am not a basketball savant like our friends on PHNX Suns, but I mean, this seemed kind of predictable, did it not? Chris Paul, 100 years old. Move on.
Yeah. I watched that Celtics game last night. Great game, by the way. Jason Tatum is
fantastic.
Very good at basketball. Just watching that game, I just saw, one, how much more fun they are to watch, and two, they just have players that can beat you off the dribble, whatever. They just look like a better basketball team all around. Grant Williams is automatic from the corner. Marcus Smart is such a solid guy to have in that starting rotation. And then obviously the two-headed monster of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, when both of them are on scoring 25-plus points, it's really hard to beat them. But on the other side, I know it was a back-to-back, second game of a back-to-back on the road for the Celtics, but the Lakers, they were competing. They were playing well. That's scary. And the Suns I got the Lakers this week. I think tomorrow, actually. So that'll be a lot of fun. I don't really know. I don't know how optimistic I can be about this team.
Well, here's the problem. It's like you just mentioned a couple teams, Celtics in particular. They had players trending up even from last year. They could say losing in the finals, we've got Jason Tatum and we've got our guy, what's his name, Jaylen Brown, and they're entering their prime, so they're only going to improve. So we just need to make some minor tweaks. The Suns actively watched Chris Paul shit the bed last year, couldn't stay healthy, and they said, nope, run it back. And it's a young man's game. They have two ascending players right now, in my opinion, and DeAndre Ayton, who got hurt, and Devin Booker. They need to go out and sell some draft picks and some spare parts and bring back another perimeter shooter. And they didn't do that at all. They just said, nope, we're good. We won 100, almost 100% of our games in the regular season last year. We were unbelievable, franchise records. They almost lost in the first round of the playoffs. It went to a winner take all. What was that? Game 5? I remember it because we were doing the drafts in downtown Phoenix. Where was that at? Maybe I can't remember where that was. And we had a great time. Yeah, the Ainsworth. I'm sorry. I wanted to say another place, but I didn't want to give them free advertising. We were at the Ainsworth, And they went off and they won that game 5, and we were celebrating like they won the championship. It was the first round. That should have been big flashy morning lights.
But you know what happened? Chris Paul went perfect from the field and gave everybody hope.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to blame them for not doing anything in the offseason because but like thinking Chris Paul was going to be fine. I don't know. I still like, obviously he's taken a huge step back, but I still think he's going to.
Well, he should be on the team, but that should not have been your solution. You should have bought some insurance.
Luckily, we don't have to bet on them today. And there's a ton of other games to bet on. There's a really good NBA slate. Last night was super fun to watch. There were some really good games in the NBA. Tonight, no different. And the best place to bet on these games is the DraftKings Sportsbook app, where right now new customers can bet just $5 pregame on any NBA team's money line. And if they win their game, you get $150 in free bets. That's promo code PHNX at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. When you're a new customer, you got to sign up and do that. Tons of good stuff, player props, NBA season heating up, just a bunch of good things to get. And the same game parlay boost. Johnny's got a fun little pre-made parlay that they gave him today, so you can get in on that action. I don't know why that sounded so patronizing, Johnny, but you can get in on that action all the time. All the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That's promo code PHNX. $5. Any NBA team's money line, get $150 in free bets if that team wins. Promo code PHNX only at DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for more details. All right, Johnny, some good games. What's gonna be your favorite to watch today?
You know where I'm headed. I think the Knicks right now. I think they've won 4 straight. They are hot. Remember when everybody bailed on this team at the start of the year? They're 6th in the Eastern Conference right now, fueled by your guy, Julius Randle. Some of their young players are actually playing really well. But quickly, Warriors take their money line. Actually, I think they're even favored right now, -1, so you can get slightly better odds, -1 tonight. The Warriors, listen, they lost a tough one yesterday. This is a team that's just hovering around 500 right now. They'd be out of the playoffs if it started today. But before that, they had a really nice emotional victory, big emotional win, as Shane knows, against the Celtics at home. Then they lose, of course, to the Bucks. That's about as tough back-to-back as you can get. They finish where they can continue their East Coast run right now of playing. They get the Pacers tonight. I think they take care of business. The Cavs also, one of my favorite teams in the Eastern Conference right now. Talk about a team that's young and athletic. I like them +2, potentially just to win outright. And then, of course, I mentioned it, my New York Knickerbockers. A lot of East Coast fun basketball tonight as you kind of reset. We get into the nitty-gritty of the NBA season here. The Bulls are terrible. The Bulls have lost, I think, they're 4-5 in their last 9 games. They just look like a team. As Chicago is favored now, it's up to -4. Take the Knicks. They're going to keep this going with Barrett and company. And Julius Randle is going to be the catalyst. And he's got himself, I think, a lock all-star selection coming in February. I wrote off this team too early, that being the Knicks. They beat the Kings. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Hawks. They beat the Cavs.
Covered all games.
Yep, covered in every game. They had a bad loss to the Mavericks to begin, I think, December. But, man, they are hot. It's great when the Knicks are good. Good for basketball.
Yeah, it is fun. Julius Randle is very fun to watch, but I'm not allowed to bet on this show anymore, apparently. But, yeah.
That me?
No. Okay. I do disagree with you in one spot, and that's the Warriors. I think the Pacers win tonight, and I think they cover that 2 points because the Warriors love resting players after back-to-backs. Klay Thompson's already been ruled out tonight.
But they got to win this game.
They don't really have to do anything until the end of the season because the regular season doesn't matter, NBA. So, yeah, I think the Pacers win tonight. Tyrese Halliburton, or as I know him, Tyrese Hallidonation, because I've just been losing money on betting on his player props.
He's great.
He's really good, but then sometimes he goes 0 for 9 in a game. But I'm taking the Pacers -2. I think they have a good game tonight. Benedict Mathurin and that core is very good. And Young, I think they run the Warriors out the gym tonight. I also like the Wizards tonight, +11.5. Kind of gross, but they're playing a team that I think is a little bit fraudulent earlier this year in the Denver Nuggets. They're on the road. I just think that the Wizards are not going to lose by 10 or more points. There's just I just don't see it happening. The Nuggets play close games. That's all they do. Then how about an NBA under for the first time this year? Give me the under in the Kings and Raptors game. Too much defense and too much bad offense in this game to be set at 232. The over-unders are high today. 232, 230, 233, 228. Like there's some games that expecting some scoring today. So I'm taking the under in that game at 232. Johnny, let's see that pre-made prop that pre-made parlay that.
So sometimes I like to come and craft my own bets, and sometimes DraftKings says, here's some sweet, tasty nuggets on DraftKings. Same game parlay. We're going to do your work for you. Knicks plus 5.5, of course. I like the money line. The over in this game, absolutely think it's a high scoring affair in Chi-Town. Julius Randle, all he's got to do, 26 plus points, and of those 26 plus points, he's got to hit 3 threes. He has done that. His average this year, this is almost on par with his scoring averages this year for the New York Knicks. They are hot AF. I love this same game parlay on DraftKings. You can get it right now at plus 400 because here's the best part about it. It's going to be a high scoring affair where the Vegas is telling you right now it's going to be a close game into the fourth quarter. So now you've got Julius Randle, who does not have to fear about sitting the fourth quarter out because what do we talk about, Shane? So many of these games, the overs don't hit because some team just basically gives up because, as you just said, it's the regular season. But not tonight. Both teams, rivals in conference, have to have it. The Bulls still think they're viable, so love it.
Yeah, he's only not hit 3 threes in December one time, and that was kind of an outlier game where they beat the Cavs 92-81, low scoring affair. So I definitely like that a lot. Again, the Bulls they're just so hard to watch right now.
I also like Draymond Green over 8.5 rebounds tonight.
We got that.
Okay. You mentioned Klay Thompson being out. So that feels tailor-made to me. Minus 135. You can parlay it all together if you want, or you can parlay this with Golden State's money line and get into some plus money on DraftKings. But yeah, these December dollars, they can't come soon enough. You're looking for some holiday coin, make a little scratch on DraftKings, pivot that and reinvest and do some fun stuff, man. They have so many boosted props right now.
Yeah.
I have trouble. I get sent missions every day by DraftKings. I'm ready for my mission, DraftKings.
All right, let's take a look at my props today. I got 2 little tasty ones. Mr. Bam out of Bio, over 32.5 points and rebounds. He's been on a tear in these last month or so. They're playing the Thunder tonight, and they're only 2.5 point favorites. They're in OKC. I think this game's going to be close, high scoring, and Bam's going to do his work against the skinny Europeans that the Thunder love to collect. And then I also love Donovan Mitchell over 26. It's supposed to say over, not under. Excuse me. Over 26.5 points tonight. The Cavs are my favorite young team to watch right now. They're playing the Mavs, who don't really like defending point guard positions. Luka gets on him. He's going to be too fast. Donovan Mitchell in the MVP conversation right now. He's been awesome. So give me his over on points at 26.5.
If you don't believe what I just said about getting boosted props on the reg, DraftKings must be listening to me. They literally just sent me an NBA super boost to my email. Basically, you get plus 100 odds for Damian Lillard. All he's got to do tonight, score 25 plus points and make 2 3-pointers. That is it to get a plus boosted prop. Claim the offer now on DraftKings. Love it. I'm going to do it after the show's over.
Yeah, he might do that in the first half against the Spurs.
That's right.
They're 7.5 point favorites on the road.
Free money on DraftKings.
Anything else, Johnny, before we get out of here?
Yeah, we have so much good content coming your way. PHNX Cardinals live today, 4 p.m. Myself, Bo Brock. We're going to talk about the continued fallout of Kyler Murray's ACL injury. We've got PHNX Cardinals After Dark, the return of Hard Knocks tonight, 9 p.m. We are teasing a special guest on that program for this Friday. So a tease for a tease for a tease this coming Friday. Do not miss it. PHNX Cardinals, your premier Arizona Cardinal podcast. Be there.
Sundays live at 2 p.m. Don't miss out on that. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We're live here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel every Monday through Friday at noon. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. But until next time, we'll be back. Peace, love. Haven't done this in a while. PRA, baby.